go down this way.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And lock him up with that choke. And his head, what, is that the one where?
Yeah.
Yeah. His head would possibly hit the ground when he came down.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got a good, like around the neck, looks like specifically around the neck, the top of your head is probably up the back.
Yes,
Pretty far.
yes.
So when you go back, you're gonna,
Yeah.
so,
Especially if you take him to the side.
yeah.
Remember, yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I do kind of like this whole here. And you got here.
And then lock his arm up with it, yes.
Lock that up like this.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
Pull you down with me.
Yeah. You can do
Now,
that.
you might knock some air out of me, but your head's gonna.
Well, if you're gonna take him down, try not to go straight back unless you're ready for the impact. If you're gonna take him down, don't just fall backwards, lower him and kind of go back more with the roll. And like you're doing a back roll or a back slap fall instead of just going bam, because then his weight's just gonna cram on you. Or you can take him down as you here, and as you lock him down, you go more towards the side. Boom, you want to take him more towards the side. So he's hitting more himself than he is you. And then that gives you better position when you're on the ground, because then you can, because if he's straight on top of you, then now you gotta get out of that. But if you take him to the side, then all you gotta do is just go and take his back and move on from there. So consider not taking him straight back and on top of you, but to the side and down. Yeah, and then when you sweep that leg, when you go down, you want to bring him more towards that way than actually on top.
Here, I'm just gonna hook that ankle like this, and then just go straight down.
Yeah. If I hook that ankle,
Drop down to sit this one.
if I have him locked up here like this, nice little lock, and you got him here, and you have this locked up here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
Yeah. That's what.
and then I'm right here, and then I'm right here, and then, yeah.
That's why I was like.
That's why you don't pull him straight on top of him.
Right. But, you know, it's easier to have that foot locked like that, just so.
I try to loosen up and not get too,
So, I mean, we got the,
there you go. You can do that, yeah.
slip it over.
Boom, boom.
So it's more like a,
Cutouts. You definitely have a lot of different options. From there, just slide here.
Yeah. And boom, yeah. There's countless of things that can occur. There's countless of things that occur. All right. So we got one more hour. So let's start with 3 count from the punch. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We'll do the simple, basic, easy, other side. 1, 2, 3. Boom, just like that. So we'll practice that slowly. Nice rhythm, a nice flow. Don't worry about, make sure the positioning is good. You want the flow and the rhythm is what we're looking for. So try to make it more fluid instead of 1, 2, and then this hook here like that. Try to flow it at the same tempo and go straight. So if I go 1, 2, 3, that's fine because it's the same flow, but I don't want to go like that because then that kind of jacks the flow. We want it to be fluid, so boom, so that it's the same speed. And try to keep that one punch straight. 1, 2, 3.
if you need to push my face, it's fine.
3. There you go.
Because I realize sometimes you're not like fully extending. So, push my face, it's fine.
There you go.
That's gonna be like the pinky right there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's, when he punches, I'm here, and instead of that punch like that, boom, there's EQ right there, right? So the only difference between EQ and this 3 count is whether I lower this enough to punching, or whether I keep it here and hit him with EQ like this, right? Now, that's like punching him in the face. So, boom, boom, punching in the face, just like that, right? It's with his arm, right? So that's the only real big difference between the two, other than with Ikkyo, I have to be nice because I'm Aikidoing. With the 3 count, now I'm punching him in the face with his body, I'm here, and then I'm rolling him in here like that and doing.
I felt the ego when my arm rolled right up over
Yes,
over it.
So do it for me.
So bam, bam, and then I went like that.
Yes,
as
yes.
I was.
Yes. So, go ahead. You drinking? Okay. I'll talk about this in a second.
Yeah, that sounds like, oh, that's an actual, almost an ego.
Yes.
As I'm punching.
It is. It is. So when I first, and this is on my YouTube channel as well, I did a video and it was talking about EQ from the very first time I learned it to now, and this was several years ago, but the difference is this. So let's start with Katsute Dori. So the very first EQ, when we did it, this hand here would come here like this, and we would roll and push down like this, right? We would roll, push down like that. Now, if you're skilled at it, you can control that roll and you can really hurt these muscles and tendons right here. And there's nothing wrong with it. That's how we learned Ikkyo when I first started. The problem is, you get people that do it and they start doing this. And then that happens, right? Well, I can't control it, I just slip off of it, now what do I do? Right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna fix the problem. And I played around with it for a while. I like this. As a matter of fact, I still do it. You know, I try not to do it when I'm teaching because that's not what we do. But I'm like, how am I gonna fix that? This thumb right here fixes that. It doesn't slip. Boom, I can't, it doesn't come off of there, so you can't grab my arm and hook me up with this and then break my arm. So it became like this. Boom, just like that. There's Ikkyo. And I did step on his foot, which I technically shouldn't have done, but regardless, this is the basic Ikkyo, right? Changing from that, which doesn't feel good, especially if you have this done to you for an hour and a half. That starts to hurt. And we can do it that way. We're not going to do it that way when we're doing techniques with Aikido, when we're doing official techniques with the Zenshin Aiki, because that's a different way of doing it. Now we can do it this way because now we're doing Aikijitsu, and that is Aikijitsu right there, right? You just have to learn to control. So I'll punch you that way. You can do it to me.
So I was like, well, for this,
You have to learn to control that roll. Yeah, see there, right there. Yeah, and that's why if you're going to do that, I want you to really punch me.
Right.
Well, not really punch me, but I want you to put it here and not in front of me. Okay? Because again, that'll teach you a bad habit. You're there, boom. That'll teach you a bad habit. So now put it in front of me. So that teaches a bad habit to do that, and then that teaches me to do this. And then I just go, snap his arm, right? So if I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna punch, I'm gonna sit here like this, I'm gonna go like this, and then I'm gonna punch him here. So now he doesn't have anything to grab. And I'm gonna leave it right here like this, okay? Now, I also like to twist that arm as I roll this right here, because that muscle here takes a lot of damage when you do that. So when you do practice it, if you practice it that way, I don't want the overextension of that, because that's where the trouble comes. Now he grabs it, and let's just say, for instance, it's never brought up, and it's never trained out of you, and he's really punching me, and I go like that, and he grabs it and snaps my arm off. Because all it takes is that, when I punch like that, and then he just, and then that's the end of it. That's the end of it. So, if you're gonna practice that, and I don't have any problems that you do now, not when we're doing Aikido, but if you wanna practice this, I want that punch to hit like this, and I want it to draw back and rub in here. I don't wanna see ever that, and then the rub. That's just, because I think it teaches a bad, and
Right.
you're gonna grab it and get it. So if you're gonna do that, that's fine now, it's fine to do now. Just don't put it in front of his face. Make sure when he punches me, I'm here, I'm there, and then I block him up like that, if that's what you want to do. If you do it like this, now he just grabs it and just snaps my arm off. Boom, yeah. And that'll be the last time that I use this arm for about 1.5 years. And I've had a what do you call it? I've had what the hell did Anthony do to my arm? Hyperextension. I have had a hyperextension of my elbow and my arm due to an arm bar. I know what that feels like. So this is the same thing. Boom, and he grabs it and bang. That's the same thing. Honestly, it would have been better if he had just broken it. It would have been better if it had just been broken. It took forever to heal. Hyperextension is, in my viewpoint, so much worse than a break.
Every time you extend it.
Yeah, it was painful for months and months. I was in a sling for 6 months, and I'll be honest, even now.
Okay, don't be lying. You were supposed to be in a sling.
Okay, I was supposed to be in a sling.
Don't be lying. We don't know
I
how
still train.
Why it took 6 months.